Manchester United have officially sacked Erik ten Hag, and this is now a Manchester United fan reaction to Erik ten Hag being sacked. If I'm being completely honest here, I don't think Erik ten Hag's sacking is going to change anything. I don't think sacking Erik ten Hag is going to overly change much. I mean, let's be real. I think Erik ten Hag was annoying a lot of us Manchester United fans with things that he was saying in press conferences and just repetitive stuff, which has never actually happened. We're going to turn it around. Nothing's happened. He's just saying so many questionable things. So in a way, yes, he has kind of brought it on himself. But I think the big issue here at Manchester United and what it has proved to be for many years, which people have seemed to have forgotten, is the player mentality at this club. I think that's a huge issue. I think what a lot of these Manchester United players think once they sign for Manchester United and once they make it into this first team, they begin to think, oh, I've made it. I'm playing for Manchester United. So they begin to not care. They're getting the money. So it's a player mentality thing. The players don't care as much as what us fans do. They do not. It's as simple as that. They do not care as much as us Manchester United fans do. But sacking Erik ten Hag, I just feel like it's not the main issue at the club, and I don't think it's going to change much. It's not at all. Let's be real. We've seen the stats. Manchester United this season have missed 22 big chances, and that is the highest in the Premier League this season for any team. That is not on Erik ten Hag if we're creating chances and we can't score goals. That's not on Erik ten Hag. It's not, because he's put out those tactics and we're creating chances, but we got players who can't score goals. And that was the issue when we played against West Ham yesterday. The first half especially, we were creating well, couldn't score goals. It's been the issue all season. We could have scored more when we beat Brentford 2-1. Could have scored more that game. We could have scored more when we beat Fulham 1-0. Like, we should have scored more when we played Fenerbahce at the end of the day. When we lost 3-0 to Tottenham at home, we actually could have scored goals in that game. But we don't take our chances. There's so many examples, like I've just said, in games where we've created chances and have been able to score. That's not on Erik ten Hag. It's on the players and it's on the player mentalities. That's the thing, who let their heads drop so much. It's unbelievable. Players who were on the pitch just look like they can't be asked and aren't putting their full into it like the players who used to play for Manchester United back in the day. Wayne Rooney, Roy Keane, for example. Players who had full-on passion for this team. The players now, you do not see that. You do not see that at all. And it's frustrating. And, sacking the manager when it's a bad player mentality isn't going to change anything. What we are going to see now is Ruud van Nistelrooy is now Manchester United's interim manager. Imagine if he actually gets appointed like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did, because we've done the former player experiment before, players who know the club well, like what we did with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It didn't work. It's not going to work with Ruud van Nistelrooy as interim manager. We can say Michael Carrick as well, because we went on a bit of a spell with him for 3 games or so, and then obviously he went. But yeah, what we're going to see under Ruud is we're going to see us, go on a bit of a winning streak. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see us playing some decent, entertaining football, and we're going to go on a winning streak. Then we're going to lose a game, and it's just going to go downhill once again. That is what's going to happen. We're going to go on a winning streak, and then it's all going to go crashing down again. Same old problem, same old problem. We've seen it all before. That's how I know it's going to happen. We have seen this whole thing before, and it's going to happen again. This problem right now that we got at Manchester United is going to be hard for any manager to come in and solve this. What other manager do we actually go on and get now? Erik ten Hag's been sacked though. That's probably for another video, but as well, because right now the focus is on Ruud van Nistelrooy as Manchester United interim coach. He's staying on, but also as well, if people, and what I also don't get is when we sack a manager, the coaching, some of the coaching staff, they don't like what Ruud is. So he's going to keep the same guys with him who, were originally with him with Erik Ten Hag, but Erik Ten Hag's now gone. It's the same coaching staff anyway. So what massive change do you expect? We're going to go on a winning streak and then we're going to lose a game. It's going to go crashing down once again. Well, I mean, let's be real. We're in an awful position this season, 14th place in the league. But it's not just all on Erik Ten Hag. It's on the coaching staff. It's on the players as well. But I think the whole thing is mostly on the players. But if people are expecting a big change, just sacking the manager and having the same coaching staff, eventually, in the long term, isn't really going to change things. Ruud van Nistelrooy, I think, is going to be interim manager for the rest of this season. There isn't many options now. There was Thomas Tuchel, but England were able to go on and get him. So it's like, who are we actually going to get at Manchester United now, though, who's actually a worthy coach, a top-level coach? Because it's like, Thomas Tuchel just turned away from us because it's a mess right now at this club. It's a mess right now inside Manchester United. And it's not good. It's not good for any of us Manchester United fans to witness. We've witnessed the same old shit for years. Nothing much is going to change. It's not at all. Like, if I'm being honest, I think there just has to be a huge mentality switch in this team. And, there's just some players who are at this club right now who must go because they seem to be, a big part of just bringing the mood down in the locker room. And it's been a bad player mentality for years. And it's going to be very difficult to find the right man to come in and another manager, the right man to come in and really, switch up that mentality. And it's like Ten Hag has been able to get a decent mentality out of the team before. Like we saw it 22-23 season, got a good mentality out of the team then. Not 23-24, 22-23. I think that's what I said anyway. 22-23 season, we're able to get a good mentality out of the team. That's what we saw with Erik Ten Hag. We won the Carabao Cup. We got to the FA Cup final and we finished third in the Premier League. Last season, yes, that was an absolute bloody shambles, but he was able to turn the mentality around a bit and win us the FA Cup. So, he was able to get mentality out of the players, but he wasn't able to fully keep it. And that's shown this season and the majority of last season. But tactics again, yes, he's made, he does make some very questionable subs. And, people in the 22-23 season were questioning this as well, but it was working. But now it's not. But also, though, as I said, we have been creating some good chances this season. Yes, the entertainment-wise, we have not been pleasant to watch. But we've created big chances and, we've just bottled chances because players can't score. And that's the problem. We're unable to score goals. And that I feel like that's the big problem at this club right now. We can't score goals. We can create. We can't score. And some players think, oh, I've made it. I'm playing for United. I can't be arsed. That's what certain players are thinking at the moment. And it's going to be very difficult to change. But I just think, I don't think sacking Erik Ten Hag's really going to change much whatsoever. That's my opinion on it. That is my opinion on it. So, yeah, there you go. People will have their own. People will disagree. People will agree at the end of the day. But, am I overly mad at the sacking? No, it's like at this point, we're just in a strange situation where I'm not sure if sacking a manager, I was never Ten Hag in, I was never Ten Hag out. I was just in that place at that time, to be fair, because it's like, it's just too much of a mess at the moment. And the problem is just way beyond this, in my opinion. That's it. And, it's just toxic all over the club right now, unfortunately. That's the reality. But yeah, there we go. Ten Hag's been sacked.